Hi everyone. I did some upgrades to the FX Impact since my last video. I changed the tube on my 600 millimeter to a 700 millimeter tube. This is a titanium tube. I kept the back end and the front end as is. Just removed it and installed this titanium tube on its own. Also put a Vika gauge here. I dialed down the gun regulator, which is now at 105 or 106 bars, around that point. When I check it with this gauge, when I put this gauge over here in the back, it gave me the reading of 104. On the regulator, so 104 bar, but I'd say it's around 104 to 106 bars. I did install the new Slug Kit from FX. This is the Power Plenum Spring. I replaced it with the original one. I did not put any hammer weights. I did install the rubber ball and the new spring and the probe itself. After the tuning, I am going to see the velocity now and see what speed I'm getting. I have a Dunny FL Sumo at the front, MTC Viper Pro scope on this, and I'm going to shoot the exact heavy MK2s, these ones, and I'm going to note down the velocity and show you what I'm getting. I've loaded the mag. This is the FX Chrony. I'm going to put that in the front, and I'm going to shoot these at minimum and at maximum setting. My hammer spring right now is all the way to minimum, so this is like completely, I cannot reduce it any further. This is on minimum, and maximum is around this much. I'll put the measurements in, but there's no need since the minimum is just minimum, so I cannot go any lower than this. This is the minimum spring. I am using the original spring from not the Power Plenum, from the original Plenum for the FX Impact. So the spring is replaced. That's why I did not put any hammer weights in it, because that will become the hammer will become too strong, and either I replace the spring with the Power Plenum one, then I can use the weights, or I just use this spring and don't put the weights. So I decided to go on not adding any weights to the spring. I also replaced all the screws on this with titanium screws, so they don't rust. I have the Chrony installed now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start screen recording for the Chrony, so you can see the Chrony readings as I go ahead. I should have a second camera with me, but right now I don't. So I'm just going to post the screen recording ahead of this video. I'm going to shoot the MK2's 10 shots and see the string at 5 shots at minimum and 5 shots at maximum. I recorded the whole string, and I'm going to speed it up and put it inside the video. My hammer stop is currently over here, which is about 2 lines. So 2 lines of exposed over here, 1 and 2 lines. I don't know if you can see it. 2 lines exposed. Since I installed the new spring that came with the slug liner, it's very soft, so I have to dial this in order to reduce the I have to dial this in order to reduce the amount of air being used. Currently I'm getting around 1.5 bars per shot, and from 250 to 104 I'm getting about around 90 shots, 88 90 shots on full speed. Even if I go below 104, I can still get a slight drop and still get some extra shots, but if I stay within the regulated range, then I get around 88 to 90 shots, and I'm loving this setup at the moment. I'm going to change the scope on this to an element optics. This one is, I'm going to put this one on my FX Wildcat and put the new one in because of how clear the glass is on that one for scope cam footage. Other than that, MTC Viper is also a very good scope, especially for dialing in. It's very easy to dial in because you can keep track of how much you dial, and FX and the element optic scope, that one has zero reset, so that's not a worry on that one. So that one is it tackles it with the zero reset. This one does not have a zero reset, so it's easier to have a track on this one, since I can dial 30 MOA on a single rotation.